Hello, my name is BC. I am presenting my academic essay, which is titled The Role of Parenting Styles in Child Development. Um, and this is integrating Adler's principles within the African cultural context. Um, so I want to start by saying that this research is born of my experience as a mother, especially one that is from an African background but live in a Western world. So trying to understand how we can bridge the gap between the two worlds since we are moving into a whole new territory of globalization. So the what I've I mean, I think to start off, the first thing to say is that um, parenting is there's no rules, and it is all about what we learn. And the thing is, what there are some practices that I have learned that might not be conducive for my kids or might not be positive for my kids, but they were positive for me because it's all about what my parents learned and they passed on to me. So it is not about a biological instinct, but it is about a journey that is demanding and a journey that needs interpersonal skills and emotional investment. Um, because again, what we learn as a parent is what we were told from our parents. So what we looked at in this essay was the parenting styles, which was the four main parenting styles, which is authoritative, permissive, unloved, authoritarian. Now, from my perspective, and when I initially started this journey, I was on the understanding that authoritarian. I mean, from an African background, we are authoritarian because it is parents driven, it is rigid, and there is deployment of punishment. But looking through this through the essay, I realized that what my the nuances that these four parenting styles did not offer us, because what we might look frown upon um, in the Western world, which is where the styles originated from, it's based on, might not be bad in an African context, in such as in African context, raising a child or parenting is a communal effort. So because you are part of a larger family group, whereby in a Western world, it is more of a nuclear group where it's the parents that determines how they parent their child. We also see that there are differences between individual culture and how that is driven by the kind of parenting style they use. Because in the Western culture, which is individualistic, um, it is based on autonomy for the kids. We want the kids to be as independent as possible. We want them to achieve, because we want personal achievement because that's their identity, whereby in the other culture, which is the Western or the Asian, which is more of in the collective, it is all about the community, putting the community first and serving the community. The adhering principles for cultural responsive parent is based on that idea, and I think it's based on, we found out that it's based on many ideas, some from the Western culture and some from the African culture, whereby everybody wants a kid who is a social being, who can flourish within the community, who can be dependent. So, from that perspective and the aim of this essay, we were able to achieve that because we do see that the Adlerian principle can respond to the cultural principle. The blended family, and I think which is what we're moving into, is that there are contemporary challenges, but then there are integrated strategies which Adlerian principles can help us with. As a whole, I think with the understanding and from the question proposed by the essay, was answered. And I think the ultimate goal, at the end of the day, was for us to raise, was how we can raise, children that are rooted in their culture, but also able to thrive in the new world. And I think by understanding that the four parenting styles does have its uses, but it does have its limits as well. And also the willingness to be open-minded to incorporate other strategies like the Adlerian principles is the way forward. So this is the end. I mean, this is what my essay is about, and this has been answered successfully. Thank you.